Hi guys, Ready Set RC here again today. Today we're going to do a review slash final thoughts of the Losi 10 SCBE. You guys have seen this on my channel a few times. I probably have done more off video driving of this kit than I have done on video driving of this kit. And that's because the 10 platform has been, tried and true out there. It's been proven. It's one of those platforms that everybody's aware of. It's a race platform. It's a bashing platform. It's a platform that a lot of people have seen different variations of this kit, and I want to touch on that too as we talk on this, final thoughts and review of this kit. So as you guys know, on my channel, I have the SCBE and also the Rally version of this kit. And some of the similarities and differences are, there's more plastic on the SCBE versus the Rally. And that's kind of the part I wanted to touch on too in regards to the 10 platform. And you've seen this with Horizon Hobby, with Losi, that with a lot of their kits, especially in the 10 platform, really trying to keep it centralized to the 10 platform, that they've gone away from the metal, especially in the chassis and in the shock bodies and other areas on here. They've gone away from the metal in the chassis, in the vehicle. And what I've seen with this is that even with the plastic, it's just as durable that I'm seeing with this kit. I mean, I'm noticing that I can't speak on, the 10MT or the Tenacity vehicles that are now out in this 10 platform. But in regards to the differences between the Rally and this, I haven't seen too much of a tremendous drop off from them adding the little bit of plastics that they have added to the vehicle. It's definitely where I can say it's just as durable in my SCBE than it is in my Rally. Now, I will say that this gets more abuse. This gets a lot more abuse than my Rally. My Rally is more so gravelly, tarmac, asphalt type surfaces. Don't really drive that in grass. Don't really drive that in dirt. Do not take a bunch of big jumps on it. I don't abuse it as much as I abuse this. And the amount of abuse that I've put this through, and I still have to clean this up. The only thing I think I broke on this was a rod end. That is the only thing I've actually broke on this, is a rod end on this vehicle. And that is simply because I went full speed into one of my ramps. But outside of that, nothing. Nothing is actually broken on this kit. It had, as I said before on the unboxing of this kit, it has the sway bars. It has the adjustable links everywhere on this thing. The electronics, comparing this to my Rally, in regards to the motor, the ESC, the servo, the radio on this, I can't speak on. As I said, in regards to my Losi products, I tend to bind them up to my DX4R. I don't really use the stock radios with these, so I can't speak on the radio. But I had no problems with my DX4R binding up to this and using it with this vehicle. No issues whatsoever. As of right now, I have some spare shocks, just because I've been doing work on other vehicles that I own, that I have some spare shocks, so I probably will swap out the shocks on this. But I didn't have any problems with these shocks. They are plastic body shocks. They are with the spacers. There's no threads. There's no threading on these as there is on the Rally. But I didn't have any problems with it. I didn't have any problems with leakages. I didn't have any problems with the shock caps popping off. This vehicle just handled and did very well. The tires hooked up well on the grass and the dirt, and it hooked up very well on it. Did not have any issues with that. Lots of power with this. I ran this vehicle on 2S. I ran this vehicle on 3S. great both ways. I had a lot of fun on 3S. I had a lot of fun on 2S. This vehicle just kept on taking everything that I kept on giving to it. It is an excellent platform. As I said, this is the version, just to show you guys, all metal chassis on this. The additional plastics that are on this kit, I haven't had issues with them, and I see that they've been holding up very well. Now, I can't speak on the other models, being the MT Tenacity platforms that are out there, and I can't speak on those, but I can speak on this, and I can say that the plastics on this have been holding up pretty good. This vehicle is just a ball of fun. I will definitely say that. It is a treat to take this out and just blast it. It just handles it. It handles pretty much anything that you can give out to it. It is one of those vehicles that I will say, it's kind of one of those things that you want to take it anywhere, it can handle it. You want to take it out to the beach, throw some sand paddles on here, have your way with it. You want to take it out to the dirt, go for it. You want to even take this thing out to the track, go for it. It can handle it. You may need to improve on that servo on this. I think the servo needs to be upgraded a little bit on it. But for the most part, if you're just looking to bash the hell out of it, it can handle it. I mean, eventually it's one of those things that you may want to upgrade on here, but for the most part, it can handle it. It can handle a lot of the abuse. There's the plastic shock towers. I didn't have any issues with them. The plastics on this is pretty good. They're not bendy plastic. They're not brittle plastic. The front end, the bumper, took a lot of abuse. As you can see it right here with the rashing all over it. Took a lot of abuse. The body held up well. No cracks, no see-throughs from rubbing, nothing. The body held up very well. I can't recall what the pricing is on this at this date in regards to Horizon Hobby, but if you can find this new, you can find it used, get it. It's a nice kit, especially if you have an issue with the plastics that Horizon is now putting, or Losi is now putting on some of their products, and you want to have that vehicle and say that, hey, I want the all metal, get it. Because I will tell you this, on Horizon, on Losi's site, in the 10 platform, in the ready to runs, this is one of the last ones. This is one of their last, at the timing of this video, this is one of their last ready to run metal chassis being on their vehicle in the 10 platform. As I said, the other platforms that I've seen as of the time of this video are plastic chassis cars. Nothing against them, but if you're one of those guys that you're hung up on having a plastic chassis and paying the money that Losi is selling these vehicles for, get this kit. It's worth it. It's scalable. You can change so much out of this. I even was to the point where, I started looking at Tenacity. If you're willing to go through, ordering the parts to change it over, you can change this over to a monster truck. You're going to have to make some modifications in regards to some of the parts on here, but the backbone of this is in regards to the chassis is going to be able to handle it. It can be done. And from what I have initially, compared the specs and started pricing out parts, it can be done. Now, is it going to be a cheap venture? Probably not. Is it going to be worth it? Who knows? But I can definitely tell you this, is that it is something that is definitely capable to be done. Because when you look at the Tenacity and you look at a SCTE, it is definitely comparable in regards to some of the measurements and the sizing of the two vehicles. You just will need to make some modifications to turn that into a monster truck, but I don't see where you can't do it. So my final thoughts on this, guys. Definitely, I would say this is a winner. This is definitely a winner. It is another one of the winners within the Losi 10 lineup. They took a short course truck and converted it over to a short course buggy, and it handled like it was on rails. It is so much fun to drive this kit. As I said, the only The only thing that I would probably recommend is eventually changing out that servo. The servo is a little slow, but outside of that, this thing is so much fun. And as I said, it handles every surface you put it on. It just handles it. It is a vehicle that can really take a lot of abuse. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram for our latest post to our channel. This is Ready Set RC, signing out. Thanks again, guys.